Welcome back to Open Minded. Today I'm joined by Nathan Harris, a very good friend of mine at uni. Coached him at football last year and we've grown a friendship through that. Now Nathan's a very avid runner and a good footballer as well. So we're going to dive into his mindset. So the first question, brother, is I've seen your running stats and you don't just go out to run for fun. You run and obviously you enjoy it, but you really do push yourself. So why do you enjoy pushing yourself so much?
I started running just like after COVID, and I wasn't great at it when I started. Couldn't do like a 2 mile run without stopping, being out of breath. I've always played football, and I think just from then, like each run I sort of wanted to do a bit better in it, and then just gradually over time with like training for it and like planning races ahead, so something to aim for. Just like gradually enjoyed it a bit more and wanted to push myself to get better.
Nice one. So you're doing which marathon is it in April?
Manchester,
Manchester
yeah,
Marathon, and then you're doing a 50k run in June.
June, yeah.
Now, why did you want to do a 50k? Why not just a marathon?
I think just like the thought of I've sort of booked it in the hope of say if the marathon all goes well, then I've got sort of 2 months to then focus on doing something else, and then I'll sort of be happy that I've done both of them. Just like an extra challenge really, because I've trained for my marathon for a good while now, so I'm hoping obviously if that goes well, it's then like a bit of an extra challenge to like another 8k, like kind of sort of do that on like the back end of doing a marathon.
Yeah, because you have been training for a while, a lot longer when
Yeah,
which you normally do for a marathon. You've been doing it for a good few months
yeah.
before it's even time to start training for it. Now, you play football, and obviously you're a good footballer, and I believe your mindset's good in football. But are there any differences between your mindset in football and running? What's like? Have you got different relationships with both sports?
I think they're quite similar in terms of like working hard and sort of being intense in all the training you do. But I think maybe just because it's obviously running's individual, whereas football's a lot more team sort of based. I think I prefer like an individual challenge, so maybe I put my mind to it a bit more when I'm sort of running and know I want to beat a certain time. Whereas in football, obviously I want to win all the time, but if I don't, I think I get more annoyed at myself if I sort of don't do well as in running if I don't have football. If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
So there's more responsibility on you
Yeah,
as a runner.
yeah.
When you're running, and do you ever get moments where you feel like you need to stop, or you start saying to yourself like, "Oh, I want to stop"? And if so, how do you push through those thoughts?
Yeah, I think it happens quite a bit. And especially long runs, like 30, 35 Ks, and you get like, even sometimes you get like half, like you've done like a half and you think I've still got another like 12, 13 kilometers. But I think just knowing that like every time I try and do a bit further, so I don't feel like a failure if I stop, but I feel like if I don't do a bit more than I did last time or a bit quicker, then it's like I haven't achieved what I wanted to. So I think just keep telling yourself as you're doing it that like you're doing it for a certain reason.
It's funny, I was just about to ask you about that reason. So when it comes to your running, have you got a certain reason why you like to run, or maybe you like to do these events?
I think to start with, it was I've done like a few of them for charity. So I've done a few for my grandma for Alzheimer's. And then I think I'm doing this Great North Run again in September for that. But I think the marathon and the 50k is just like literally just for a challenge to see. I just want to push myself to see if I can do it. But I think just I do just enjoy running as well. It's not like a chore to go and run. Like I enjoy going out and running, even if it is a 20 mile run or whatever. Like I just like stick my headphones in, and I think it's a good way of like it just my head just completely switches off whenever I don't really think of anything. I just listen to my music. So I think it's a good like few hours just to like you don't calm down, but like you feel like you do a little bit. If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Would you say it's like another form of therapy in a way?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I think like it, it depends sort of what you want to do. Like it's like if I've been at uni all day and or if I've been doing like my dissertation stuff like that, what I'm doing at the minute, it's just like a good few hours just to by myself, just out running, doing something I enjoy. So I think it is good like mentally as well.
And what advice would you give to someone who wants to get into running? Because obviously we're talking about big distances
Yeah,
and fast times, but for someone who just wants to start running, what
yeah.
advice would you give to them?
I think just like when I started, like say 3, 4 years ago, just don't like put that much pressure on yourself like to begin with. I started off just doing all I did for a whole year was 5Ks. I never went over 5K, and I part of it was because I didn't really know. I didn't have like much knowledge around running. I didn't really have anyone around us that had ran before. So I think just even doing a bit of research, like and sort of what types of runs you want to do, and I think if you're just starting out, just things like the Couch to 5K are good things just to get going, or like group running, and maybe having something to aim for. So if you've never run before, say book a 5K for 5 months time, and you've got a few months to try and train for something. But I also think just not like over pressurizing yourself with things. Like if you're getting out and you're running, you're doing well. But yeah, I think just like small steps are important.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. I completely agree. Just going out there and just being free.
Just doing it.
Now, last question, a bit more of a fun one. If you could only do running or football for the rest of your life, which one would you pick? It's a tough question.
It is a tough question. I actually don't know. Probably at the minute, probably football, because I do just like especially with the uni lads and like my Saturday team, I do like playing football. But I think a long term thing, I would choose running.
Yeah.
I think at some point I will stop playing football, but I feel like I'll always probably run. And I do want to do like other challenges in the future with running. So. Yeah.
Nice one, brother. Well, thank you for coming open-minded. That's been Nathan Harris, open-minded. Thanks for watching. Oh, bro.